Hey, this is Rich Peterson with Remax Gold, and this is the Peterson Report for December 2nd, 2022. First, a happy belated Thanksgiving. Like much of the world, and by world, I really only mean the US. I took some time off last week to enjoy family. I sincerely hope that you were able to enjoy yours. I've been loving the US run in the knockout round over the past 10 days. I've always liked soccer or football, as the universe calls it, but I forget how thrilling it really is. There's almost nothing as exciting as a ball off a goalpost in the waning minutes of a win or go home game. Totally psyched for Saturday morning, especially since Pulisic is cleared to play. Speaking of tomorrow, for those of you who are in the area and aren't going to be tired out from the reindeer run, tomorrow is both the American Canyon and Vallejo tree lighting ceremonies. Vallejo's Mad Hatter Parade promises to be amazing as always, and I know Jessie Bethel's going to be in it, so my wife and I will be there. It's the first time that I'll have the opportunity to go, and I am absolutely psyched. Both events start around 2 or 3ish and go until 7 or 8, although I understand American Canyon's desire to tie everything together because, well, staffing is hard. I really do miss having the smallest tree lighting the first Thursday in December, usually in the rain. This is the first American Canyon tree lighting where I won't be serving hot chocolate in over a decade, and it really does kind of make me sad. But what's the point of mentioning this? Well, community is important to me, both creating and giving back. It's easy for me to sit down, write a check, and then take a victory lap. It's much harder to build. That's why I love what my friends over at Dapt Real Estate have done this year. They're holding a house decorating contest and a toy drive. That's working hard at building community. The fruits of their labor may not come today, tomorrow, or even next month or next year, but with consistent effort, this will turn into something, especially if we can get a couple of folks, businesses to sign on. And yes, I have a couple fingers pointed right back at me. It's going to take a lot of work, but I really bet it can be done, especially if we all start working together. So my own form of community is to bring back my gingerbread decorating contest for another year. And so maybe no one participates except for me, but that's okay. The important thing is that I keep trying, even in small ways, yeah? No cash prizes, just the smallest trophy, maybe, and bragging rights around the kitchen table. Maybe I'll even throw it up on American Canyon Happenings. I'll release more information at the beginning of next week. But for now, let's take a look at what's going on in real estate because it's just so easy to get bogged down into the mire of negative real estate news, just as it's equally easy to get overly excited. Mortgage rates continue to downward slide since we found out inflation wasn't as bad in October as we've seen over the past few months. Interest rates are generally tied to inflation. The lower inflation, the lower the interest rate. As I'm taping this, mortgage rates right now are at about 6.67% based on bank rate, which means that they've dropped almost a half point in the last month. It's difficult to say with any certainty where interest rates will be next year. I'm still hearing a lot of 8%, but if the Fed's policy works and inflation gets tamped down, then we will likely see an easing, maybe even a significant reduction in interest rates, which will be good for all. I read an article yesterday that asked 5 economists where the market would be next year. Essentially, all 5 threw up their arms in the air and said, could be up, could be down, could be the same, flatlining. Kind of depends on where you live. Gee, that was helpful. Reminds me of the time a newspaper pulled 20 stock experts and had them choose their top 10 stocks. They also had a chimp throw darts at a dartboard. The chimp had the best predictions that year. Just saying. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac announced a 12% increase in conforming loan rates for 2023. This means that in several counties in California, the conforming loan rate will be above $1 million. According to the California Association of Realtors, a quarter of all homes that sold are between 1.25 and $2 million were first-time home buyers. So this is a good thing for them. And I don't mean that the price tag of these starter homes is good, but that these starter homes have the same ability to be guaranteed by the federal government. It is important that the federal government recognizes that there are major income disparities based on where people live, and this is a great step towards that. That's all for this week's Peterson Report. Just a reminder that I'm bringing Lunch Bites back next week as I answer more questions from my mailbag. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you enjoy going out and doing whatever you're doing. And if you're at the reindeer run, I'll see you in the morning.